let us bring in some trader. And as soon as we press that, the trader has arrived. Hi there, this is Clyde here and welcome to Planetbase. I know this is a very fun game, but for most people this is also a very challenging game. Basically it's like a ticking time bomb where if you don't take action at the right time, you die. But here's how you play it very simply way and at the hardest planet ever, the class M. So as you can see, why this very hard planet? Because it has this light amount is high, which is good. Atmosphere, you don't have atmosphere, so you can't have wind turbine. So basically you store the power and then you use it for later purposes. And then you store it, and then if you do fail to store the power during the day, you end up having no power during the night. And that is much harder than this one because it does have atmosphere density but low one, which means that wind turbines operate at reduced capacity. So that means you have a very low. But light amount is variable, so that means you have low and high. But if the power gets low, solar panel gets low energy, you also have thunderstorm which you can harness as well. Here you can't, so that makes it highly difficult mission. And I am just doing this for you. So let's name it base Clyde. My name is Clyde, by the way, from Elon Gaming. I actually forgot to introduce myself. So let's get started. So the formula is very simple. You just need to start small and then go bigger. So step number one is to start small and then you go bigger one. Second thing, you need to build all the structures one by one. Don't try to build all at once because what happens is your colonists don't know how to prioritize. The AI is not so good at it. So if you do it one by one, it makes it easier for your colonists to prioritize. So here I'm going to start with the smallest solar panel possible and with the smallest power generator. Don't underestimate the smallest power generator. It can store up to like 5000 power. If you have around 2 power collectors, it can store up to 10,000 power. Second benefit you have is redundancy, which is very crucial. See, now as you can see, I have built it so much, so I am in a risk of building the wrong infrastructure at the wrong time. So this is going to get charged. You don't need to build second power collector yet. And now we are going to be building an airlock because colonies need oxygen to breathe. And here we are going to be building a mine pretty soon and a landing pad on the side. Yes, we are not going to build a base around here as of now. We are going to be building a base around here. Yes, a challenging environment. And this is also a game of trial and error. That means you need to improvise on the go. It's not a perfect game, by the way. It's not built by a very big AAA title developer, but by an indie developer. So we are going to be building a canteen and a dorm. Okay. I'm actually building it together, but you can do so one by one. One by one is actually better. But since we are very nearby, I can build all at the same time. So I am going to build a big dining table. You should have one seat per like 2 colonists, for every 2 colonists. If you have like 5 colonists, you should at least have 4 tables, because you need to assume like 6 1. Like every like 1.5 colonist, you need to have at least one dining table, so that your colonists can eat, and they'll eat all at once, especially at the beginning of the game. And if you don't, you lose morale and you die. So I'm not building a very perfect base. That is not the point of this game, by the way. And now colonists will require water a lot. So let us build another power collector, just in case if we need it. And since we are making it, we are going to be building a biodome. Now, as for biodome, since we have only one biologist, so we'll only build 2 of the pads instead of the usual 3. Most YouTubers, what they do is they think that they should build 3 of them. That's not true. It depends on how much maintenance it requires. Like if you are growing slow growing vegetables which require low maintenance, then it's 3. But since we are having very low resources, so we are going for a high maintenance ones. So normally one biologist can only handle 2 of them because it's high maintenance. But we are going to build 3 of them because we need at least a salad meal. We cannot rely on just a basic meal all the time. And second thing, the biggest mistake YouTubers do is they build a giant power collector and a giant solar panel. The problem is there, what if the meteor hits your base? You are out of luck, you are out of power, and your whole colonies die. And this, my friend, is the reason why you need 4 of the tables, because they are all eating at once. Okay, so power store is low. Actually, I forgot to store power. The thing is, you can't plan for everything. So get ready to turn off the power like this if necessary, and enable it when the daytime comes. But since we are not facing those issues and we can get through the night, you don't need to. See, I read the survival. One day after landing, your people are still alive. So let's take a screenshot. This is my starter base. Yes, it's not a perfect base, by the way. That is not the whole goal. Another thing you need to remember when you are building a starter base is don't build it too far away from this resource pile, because your colonists will take a lot of time to transport these resources, and trust me, it's pain in the ass. And since the resource pile is very close, we are going to build processing plant nearby. And for mines, well, you don't have too much of an option, so we are going to be building very close to our airlock, because you know you also have the fear of radiation, and that thing really kills you, by the way. Radiation, if your colonies face too much radiation, it means instant death. And that's the story of this game, death all the time. So let us make another one line parallel to this one. Power infrastructure is crucial because if we run out of power, we run out of everything. Everything stops. If you run out of water, only these biodomes and canteen stops. So it's not a big deal, but if the power goes away, it's a huge deal. See, and you need to at least generate power around two-thirds of them to store extra energy. And so we are now right now at the right path so that you may get a lot of power. And another thing you can see is charts. Charts are very helpful. They are your best friends. As you can see, this is the chart will show you whether you need more power collectors or you need more wind turbines. And right now you need a power collector. Right now you don't need anything. Sorry. So let us also build some bioplastic plant. We are not going to be producing too much bioplastics, by the way. So as you can see, the maintenance is not good but still decent enough, and that is okay because we need salad. And trust me, you only need one biologist for every two for these two fruit orchards, for these two pads. And if you have three pads, then it's become really hard to maintain. Okay, so power storage is critical, but we can get away with it. Do not worry. If we go out of power, it is not a huge deal. See, we are producing power right now. Okay, self-sufficiency reached. We now have a place structure in place to sustain your colony. See, we have got two achievements instantaneously. These are very instantaneous achievements. And since we have built a basic infrastructure here, now the goal will be to build a landing pad. The thing about the planet-based game is that it's not a realistic game. You don't need to worry too much about it. Okay, so let's see the power situation right now before we go for any more of them. Are we storing enough power? Because we need 3 power collectors and 2 solar panels. And don't hesitate to go smaller because at the initial start of the game you need smaller power infrastructure like power collectors and solar panels, because you don't need to build, because larger power collectors and all, it also takes a lot of time as well. And since we are building everything, let's build a landing pad. This is a temporary landing pad, by the way. We are going to be building base around here as well. We need to get new colonies to maintain all these things, and we also need to build spares as well. After some time we'll run out of spares and medical supplies, and medical supplies is very crucial here, and we'll definitely gonna need medics. And since we are getting it, So we are going to not going to bring trader because one more trader means one less colonist, and this is the ratio you should aim for: 20 20 25 35. You will need lot of medics. If your medic get irradiated, you can get another medic, by the way. And second thing we'll build is some storage that will keep our colonies safe from radiation in case if it happens. And let's keep this on top priority. We will be requiring ore a lot more than bioplastic. Yes, power storage is low, but we are going to get more power storage. And a sick bay. Right now we'll have to wait for the sick bay. Okay, we have forgot to build this control center. We will be requiring control center and a sick bay somewhere tucked along the corner. Okay, there is no corner, so let us build it over here. Let's keep this on top priority because we'll require alerts. We'll require our colonists to stay indoors when there is a danger, because solar flares are very dangerous. I might lose an entire colony because of that reason only. With no point of return, this colony will be dead. And after these two will be built, we will also build storage that will boost the efficiency of both of these things, and also will bring all the materials inside, which is very much required in this game, which will keep also our colony safe. So now we can have the alerter, no alert, yellow alert, red alert, so we can alert them as well. One good thing about solar flares is that even though it's dangerous, it doesn't occur at night. It only occurs during the daytime. Oh my god. Okay, I forgot to actually tune it again, because after you get a lot of engineers, you need more workers and biologists only. You don't need more than 2, by the way. And by the way, since we are creating a lot, let us build a pea pad as well for diversity purposes. So that way we can have a lot of food, so that we don't have to run out of food. See, one worker got injured, so that means we'll have to bring in some more worker. So another tip you need to know is you need to adapt and improvise. You can't rely on the same methods again and again. If you fail, if you screw it up, don't worry. Stay calm and just improvise. Right now the metal is going, so that means we will have a sick bay ready. And sick bay means we can bring all the medical kits inside. We'll have to do it quick before any solar flare occurs. And this is also a game of luck as well, because you need to be very lucky person to run this base. If your colonists are outside bringing supplies and you run out of resources, you are done. Okay, we are getting too many biologists. which is also a good thing and a bad thing, because this means we'll have to only build a lab, and sooner or later we'll run out of space as well. We'll have to build a factory. I think a storage space would be better. And in previous games I never built a storage space because I thought it's not required. Right now I'm doing it. I'm actually experimenting. So you feel free to experiment as well. This is not like where you fail you die and where you win you survive. This is not a real life survival, by the way. You won't lose your life if you fail. So sooner or later we'll run out of medical supplies. But we'll build a lab as soon as possible. That is the reason why we need a lot more workers than biologists. Okay, so we are getting workers. So the good thing, if we bring more colonists, it means we can boost our productivity. And by habit, I actually built it on the center. But you can go much more simpler and you can build it from the side. The only thing is that you'll be left with a lot of space on this side direction. If your colony lacks space and you are surrounded by hills on both sides, then you need to focus only on domes. If you have a lot of space, you can also build a cabin as well. And trust me, cabin is much better than domes. So since we are producing a lot of resources, let us bring in some trader. And as soon as we press that, the trader has arrived. So let us export some food for medical supplies. We'll be needing medical supplies a lot in this game. Okay, so and don't hesitate to trade as well. Trading is actually a good thing. It's not a bad thing, by the way. You won't lose everything. By trading, you can get more and more resources, which is not produced by the base. Basically, you are outsourcing, and outsourcing is a good thing. Let us build another metal processor because we are producing a lot of ores but not enough metals, so that will speed up the process. And in this level you will need lots and lots of metals. I mean, no matter how much you get, it's still less because you need to build a lot of power infrastructure. In fact, initially you will need a lot of metals, then bioplastics. And another reason why you need storage, because these food items, they perish very quickly as well. So that means you will lose a lot of food items. And let us check the charts. So always check the charts to make sure you have a food items ready. Now right now, since we are exported, so it went down. So as you can see, it is going up. which is a good thing. You need to at least keep it a little bit on the upward side. You can't rely on, or you can just trade something else for food as well, especially at the later stage of the game where you will be inviting visitors. That time you will require a lot of food and a lot of medkits as well. So our storage is going to be ready. That means all these parts will get inside. And once our storage gets ready, we will go for factory as well. Let's check it out. Oh, that is 65% commission. If you have a very high commission, don't do any trade at all, especially at the beginning of the game. Your resources are very, very valuable. Put it into right direct use. Yeah, but there is a what if there is an emergency? Even if you trade, it is still not worth it. You are just trading one problem for another even bigger problem. So let's dismiss this. Check out that you are getting a good deal as well, because it's just like running a business. So all this will going to get stored, which is a good news by the way, because this would mean that our food is going to last longer. We are producing a lot of, I guess, this bioplastic thingy. So since we are producing a lot, let us also build a factory as well. Okay, so power is still very, very decent enough, but we will need more soon. And since we are producing a lot of ores, we can opt for even bigger power structure. So let us build on this side all the power infrastructure. So we'll need another airlock and a spare parts. So the spare part issue has been resolved as of now. See, the entire resources went inside, which is a good thing, which will also keep our colonies safe. And safety is very, very paramount. So we are producing salads, which is a good thing by the way, because salads are what we should aim for at the beginning of the game. Okay, so the trading ship has landed. Let us import some food as well. Okay. Let us export some bioplastic for food. See, now the testing time has been started. Make sure nobody is outside. Good news is that nobody is outside. But trust me, if somebody is outside, they'll get radiation poisoning. Radiation is the biggest thing that makes this level much harder. So since the danger had gone away, let us take it to no alert. So that means our colonists can trade very easily. So we had one food which is going to help us. One food is also important enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 workers as well, which is a good news. And another thing you need to take care of is you need to have a lot of airlocks. Trust me, if you have too many airlocks, you can escape very easily. In fact, you will escape like it's wonder. Let us bring another bed here. Okay, so the food stock is pretty low. How much are we producing? We may get food stocks back as well. And we'll also require a water tower as well. I don't think so. I am ready to invest a lot of money, a lot of resources in here. And since we're having low food stock, it also means we can't bring any more colonists in. One mistake that I made actually is bringing too many biologists. It shouldn't be the case. Let us lower the priorities. What we have, nothing valuable, so let's not do anything. Okay, and we have to bring some production caps as well. Otherwise, your colonists will use up too many resources on producing stuff that we don't need. Let us build another biodome. So we have a lot of spares. No need to worry about it. Our food stock is still low. That's about to change. I don't think we need biodome. I need to improvise again. Okay, so let us build this lab. Lab would be better. Because lab means it will take less resources. So our engineer is going to come soon and we'll build this base. So the food stock is still low, but it's gonna change because we already have a lot of biologists. So why fear? Why worry? And the reason why we need extra biodome, let us make this different, get more diversity. And by the way, your default will be chicken, so that's fine. For ease purposes, I am making it beef and pork. And we are going to be building a biodome nearby. Okay, so we have a food, but it's very steep, so I'll give it a pass. Our base is not big enough to accommodate that level of commission. See, the power storage is low. We'll have to build a small solar panel since we can't afford to build bigger ones. Let us build a power collector on this side. Okay, so this biodome is going to get complete pretty soon. So our processing plant is very far away from the mine, but still it's okay because the space is very low. At some maps you will get lot of space, and that is the best place to build your base. There where you will build the most efficient base, but here you will build the most challenging base. And let us build this as well. You run out of medical supplies. Okay, so we'll need a trader who has medical supplies in it. Let us give this the top priority. We'll need a lot of power. Let us do it before solar flares comes. And it's okay to fail, by the way, while trying this game. As you can see, sometimes your base is going to succeed, sometimes it fails, just like in real life. Okay, so we still have a lot of power left. Even if it says power low. Okay, so we have medical supplies. Let us trade everything. We'll need medical supplies a lot to get this worker back into action. Power storage is critical, but once the daytime comes, we are going to be okay. All right. So our tissue synthesizer is creating a lot of power, a lot of food. So since we are creating tissue synthesizer, our goal will be to create a rice pan. Because if you look at the meal maker, it says rice plus any meat equals pasta. So that means we'll get pasta instead of salad only. These three combined will make salad, but these two combined will make pasta. Okay, so the power infrastructure is ready. We only have 4 solar panels and 5 power collectors, which is a good thing. And let us build another connection that will boost the efficiency of the base, and another one over here as well. We've run out of medical supplies, but that is about to be changed. Let us build some P-pad. We are going to be building a lot of bioplastics to get more medical supplies. Okay, so biologists need some Z's. They can get some Z's as well. Z's. That means it requires sleep. Okay, so 45 commission. Let us buy more medical supplies if possible. Let us buy more. So since we have created a lab and created this factory which will produce spares and all, so this base is actually almost over, almost done. Once this gets running, so this is our base will be ready. So we will have 2 medical kits. Let us make it to 10 because we will be requiring a lot of medical supplies. And trust me, medical supplies is pretty expensive, but life is even more expensive than medical supplies. So this corridor is going to be ready, and don't get hesitate to make corridors beside this control center. It's okay if we get fewer consoles, that would also be better. Let us also make this as well corridor. Let us make more bioplastic by making more rice pads. It would mean more meaty pasta. And also mushroom pad as well, because mushroom and tomato also makes pasta. Different kind of pasta, by the way. Okay, we've run out of medical supplies, but that is about to change once we get the bioplastic thingy ready. Okay, so what do we have here? We don't have bioplastic, that is the most important thing. So let's give this a pass. So let's bring some more colonists in. We will require a lot of biologists, a lot of workers as well. Even if we only have three processing plant, but we will have four of them soon. And let us wait. And another thing that also comes is be patient, because this building a base takes a lot of time. In fact, it takes so much time that you may never believe, you may never know. And the same because resources are limited, we need to use resources very wisely as well. So since we are producing a lot, so let us build another one. You don't need bioplastic very early in the game. You need bioplastic like later in the game. That happens. So we got some biologists and work as well. So right now at this stage you will need this bioplastic a lot. And let us build another vitro meat. This one will produce chicken. We'll have to do it before any injured miners come. Let us build another console. Can we tuck in anything else like multi-dome? No. And the thing about multi-dome is that it's great if you have a very compact base and you are relying on only domes instead of cabins. Will require a lot of medical supplies. And you need at least one bed for every 2 colonists, because or max to max every 3 colonists. Okay, so they have what we need. Let us export some food. Yes, it's a risky thing, but since we are making a lot of food, we can do so. So that means we have 8 beds and 16 colonists, so that is enough. Even if we see Z on the heads, it's still okay. So both of our medics are now making medical kits, which is a good news. Okay, so we have another solar place. Thank God nobody's outside. Oh, there is one person outside. Good thing is that he didn't got radiated. And trust me, radiation affects it drops your health very fast. Okay, so the water storage is very low. As I have told you, you don't need to worry about water as much as you do with power. Let us build it around here, I guess. Let us remove the alert before the water gets too low. Looks like God is on our side. Let's see how far we can build base around here. Okay, so this is our maximum extent we can build. So we will end our base around here. Yes, we will build it like that, but we will end our base around here. Another thing to consider is that if any infrastructure comes along the path in the future, you can also demolish it as well. Like I will be demolishing this soon in my next video. So this base has become very sustainable. Now even if we don't do nothing, it will still sustain itself up. So water extractor also has been built. So this is a very sustainable base. So if you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe to my channel. So this is Clyde D'souza here, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the webcam. Actually, this is my mobile cam which I am using it as a webcam. I will be getting a dedicated webcam soon, so you may also see my face and my reaction as well. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial video, and thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe this video. Yes, it will encourage me to create even more videos like this, and best of luck. Bye bye.